Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome once more to the War in the East as we continue. Now, I was made aware that there is indeed a way to check how, well, if your units are overburdened with commands. So this is the HQ tab over here, and we have the command points. So this is down to Mr. Fekov for making me aware of how to check on this, and to Mr. Tom for making me aware as well. So, we need to deal with this then. So we have von Rundstadt, and the group itself is actually greatly overburdened, which is not good. I'd imagine that's with all the Romanian units. So let's see here. We only have 6 administration points, so sadly. Yeah, now this is the thing here. We have a lot of these commands, but hardly any of them are being utilized. Right, Romanian... Okay, move you over here. Okay. Right. Ah, now see. XI Corps. Yeah, okay. Now these guys are under German command and they shouldn't be. So I want to put you under the command of the 4th. There we go. Now I wish I was aware of this much earlier. I could have done a lot more earlier. But hey, this is something that we learn. I have said quite a number of times during this game that I am a noob. And I am learning. Yep, here we go. One more point. You've already been reassigned then, apparently. Yeah. Okay, I guess we can't do it anymore. Right, well, at least that might help out. Potentially. Check the lines for any partisans. Okay, so I don't believe I have the ability to move this. Nope. You're out of movement, but we have another armor division there should it be needed elsewhere. Now, I do want to link up these lines here, so the Italian troops heading north over here will be quite nice for that task, and as well to screen our lines over here. So we still have some units that are capable of movement, so I will move them. So we have Kubinka over here. Kubinka. Oh my god, actually, Kubinka. This is where the Kubinka Museum is, actually. I was going to go to this place. One moment, guys. This is actually something I really want to show you. Right, so if you ever find yourself in Moscow, I would completely and utterly recommend going to Kubinka Tank Museum. This is a place I wanted to go. This is a place where they have the mouse. The only mouse as far as I'm aware, and they have it there, Kubinka. So that is somewhere I would recommend going if you ever get the chance. I didn't realise it was this far out. I landed, when I went to Moscow for my 20th birthday, I landed somewhere down here. I think it was like, the airport was called Domodovo, or Domodova. Domodovo, somewhere around here, but it was like a 40-minute rail into Moscow. But yeah, I didn't realise Kubinka was here. Cool. That's a nice little bit of reminiscence. Okay. I wish I could force these divisions back here. I'll move one of these guys, but I can't, can I? So, unless I go... that may be worthwhile to get as deep as we possibly can into the Soviet lines. Potentially. It does leave us open to being cut off, I suppose. But we do have an armoured division over here with 220 armoured vehicles. Well, basically tanks. So we have Panzers. And we have some Panzer... We have 3 Panzer 4Cs. Okay. Oh, no, never mind. We have 12 Panzers. Cs, and we have 10 Panzer 4Es. Cool. That's with the long gun. Now then, we still have a division over here. That's good to know. Dun-dun-dun, dun-dun-dun. Right, if we move them there, then in the following turn we can attack from 3 directions here. Right, where is your command? Your command's here, good, okay. So I want to set your support level, yep, to just maximum basically. Just make sure they're supported. I want everything there. Alright. Okay, so here are my subordinates. So we can see... Oh, right, there we go. 74 units selected. Now we have way too many units attached to this then. That's become clearly apparent now. You are still unable to move, and I have no idea why. And sadly nobody has commented on why that might be yet, so I'll have to leave it down to conjecture. Okay, they held. I was hoping to try and move them off a little bit, but hey-ho. Right. 31% fuel. Now, we do have these motorized as well. I have not moved them. Okay. So I think what I'm going to do then is I'm going to keep these units here. These 2 motorized divisions and this armored division. Though I might have the armor move up because this is going to be fantastic for trying to force our way through the enemy lines here. So that's something to bear into account. But if I move that, then I leave myself open. But the idea here then is if we leave ourselves open on this flank, then we will suffer for that in the future. And we have a lot of forces here. A lot of force. Okay, yeah, we have quite a bit of armor here that I have not yet moved. That's interesting. Okay. So I'll move you here. We'll try and push our way across here. If we can get to the other side of the river, like so. Right, AT brigade and a tank brigade. Smash those guys. I'll move them there. Move a bit closer. Right, so what we'll do then is we'll divide the forces up here. So I'll have more men assigned to this command over here. To the 4th Panzer Group. Supplies, fuel, yep, very low. Yeah. Right, in fact... if I move this division here, we'll cut off that cavalry division there. Then that may be worthwhile in the end. Right. As I said last time, we do not play by the Soviets' rules, we play by our own rules. Yeah, that worked out quite nicely. This is the greatest bar fight in history, basically. There's no rules. I really wish this would work properly. It's kind of buggering me. Right, I'll have you attached to OKH if I can. Right, now hopefully you'll be able to be useful. Because otherwise it's really, really irritating. Either way. Do we have a Grand Italian headquarters? We don't really. These are expeditionary forces attached to the General German one. Okay. Let's move you up closer. A little bit further. No, keep you there. Right, now we're happy. Okay, wow, this is difficult. Never mind, let's move over here. I'll have you move back to Lvov. Okay. Commander's report. Equipment. Now let's actually take a look at the numbers here. So the Soviets have lost 87,949 men this turn, 1,000 guns, 379 armoured fighter vehicles, 126 self-propelled and armoured cars. That's good. So the Soviets are nearing 14,000 losses on the armoured fighting vehicle front. See, I wish we had more vehicles. But the thing is, due to the distances now, it's getting very difficult. Very difficult. I mean, our rail lines are here. You can see how far away we are. So what we might want to do then is consolidate, as the mud will arrive very soon. And I think, consolidation would be our greatest asset. So... Kharkov should fall in the following turn, hopefully. These forces over here should fall too. There's a great number of Soviet airfields over here, as we can see in a moment. Yep, great number of Soviet airfields. I wonder... Dun, 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 dun. Let's hit the Soviet airfields. I think if we can do that, then... Hello. It's in day. Right, we'll hit the Soviet airfields and try to destroy some planes. If I can try to reduce the Soviet airfield in these turns now while I have a better chance, then it's going to make it harder for the Soviets to come back. Da da dun 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 da da dun. Aye. I mean, there's so much in the way of air power here, it's unbelievable. So I really do want to try and just surround this, and if I can just surround that and leave that as that, then at least the air force there won't be able to escape as far as I'm aware. I do find it odd that, I don't know, I'm not entirely sure what happens when you surround. I'm gonna try and Google it and see if I can find some information. Of course, it is a little strange. Okay. How many planes did we knock out? 411. Nice. Very nice. Okay. So the number of armoured fighting vehicles is dropping. Not fast enough for my taste, but still it's dropping down low. We are nearing parity, which is fantastic. Yes. It's in guns. Once we see them in guns and armoured fighting vehicles, I think we'll be in a great situation. Alright. Much to do. Dun 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 dun. The sad thing is I do not have the fuel anymore to surround this. If I had the fuel that would have been perfect, but hey, this is how war is. It's a great number of brigades we can see. So there's ones here, here, here. Good number of brigades. There's a lot of Soviet power down in this area here. So if I was to hazard a guess at the Soviet power concentration, I would say the Red Army is concentrated, or at least the professional part of the Red Army is, well, experienced part of the Red Army is in this area here. I mean, there is some divisions in here, but for the most part the center seems to be mostly manned by conscript. You know, I'm gonna move forward. Okay, that's probably the worst decision I could have made there. Bugger me. Oh, God. Oh, thank you. Wait a minute, that was back, was it? Why can't I go back? I just made the worst mistake there. God's sake. Oh, for God's sakes. Ugh. Right, they're here, okay. Well, that was the biggest mistake I could have made. I thought I'd still be able to move in here. in all honesty. Undoubtedly, that's going to cost me. I thought I'd be able to move this other division, I forgot that I moved it, but god, that's painful. And I can't move anything here just to widen that. God bloody damn it! Right, I'm gonna have to make do with that then. God sakes. That's gonna cost me. That's gonna cost me big time. We'll be able to get to that division though in the following turn, I'd hope. I can't believe I did that. Oh, God, of all the mistakes I could have made. Okay, I'm going to be extremely interested to see how the Soviets respond here. It is still an armoured division at the end of the day, still a panzer division. Okay. I mean, it looks like we'll have these troops in the bag over here, so that should be a good number of men, not fens. That's Game of Thrones. Yes, it looks as though they're moving here. And if I can surround these forces over here, that could deny, well, the forces in the south, the airfields in the south, that could deny the Soviets a hell of a lot of air power. Right, hopefully with the administration points next turn, we'll be able to use them to sort out our commands and hopefully make them more effective. And get that fuel effectiveness up there. Well, supply effectiveness. Try to push our rail lines closer to the front. That'd help a lot. Okay. I could not have presented a more perfect opportunity to the Soviet Red Army there. Really couldn't. There does not seem to be anything in the south there. Depending on the amount of fuel I have in my panzers to the south, I might be able to just completely surround those. Right, so are they new men or men that are retreating? Right, so those forces are pulling out. I mean, this is, what, 2 Soviet Red Army headquarters that are surrounded here. Okay. Have they actually pulled back? No, they must still yet to be... Surely. Okay, wow. That's actually a larger number of Soviets than I first expected there. So I'm pretty glad that I did leave those armoured divisions. That armoured division and the motorized over here. So at least we should be able to cut these forces off here fairly easily, actually. I do have the 2 divisions over here to cement that. Right there, moving via rail. I'm interested to see how the Leningrad front has turned out. Right, Kharkov. Yep, he tried to move out, but Kharkov is mine now. And we'll secure some T-34 production there, or at least eliminate it from the Soviet Red Army. Which is nice. Kursk, Vrezna, well, Voronezh. Voronezh? I don't know how they say that. Should fall soon. But I'm glad that the Soviets are using their rail to move these airfields. I'd rather them move air power than actual divisions. And they are taking losses here. Oh, indeedy. Which is actually an impressive amount of movement. And all of it's been interdicted. Oh my lord. Right, I need to cut these off with the panzers. If I can cut them off with the panzers, then holy shit. Right, here we go. Okay, our forces held there. That's a lot of men there. They lost 52 armoured fighting vehicles there. Oh my god. Yeah, that was a huge mistake, so that division was routed. I'm not surprised they were hit by 160,000 men. Ah, well, that's the first... Well, that's probably one of the first mistakes I've made. That was... Yeah, that was such a big mistake. That was such a costly mistake there. Right, so I need that division to be refitted. Oh, I can't believe I did that. I mean, in the south, it's practically barren. There doesn't seem to be anything really in the south. It looks as though they've moved pretty much all their forces to the Moscow region, which you can see here by the concentration of men. But at least the division may survive. I probably lost the most tanks there than I've lost during the entirety. So that was silly. Very silly. The good news is we weren't forced back over here then, so I'm hoping these troops are still in this area. I doubt they're still there, but if they are, I could try to cut them off, and that'd be a few more divisions gone. But the thing is, you can see here, the Soviets are pushing on this area here, but we're going to push around them. I need to get here. If I can get here before the mud, then that would be fantastic. Right. So I don't know how this situation is going to turn out. 55, okay. Not too bad. I was expecting maybe they lost the entirety of the tank, but yeah. Air losses, so they lost another 132 planes. Sorry, 156 planes. We did lose a few planes ourselves. Okay, let's survey the situation here. Right, we did lose a few here. Refit. Right, let's do our reconnaissance. Should consult the weather. Still good. Okay. Oh, that's so many men. Okay, these forces are ready to move. Let's survey. Yep, more forces in the south have been cut off. Right, so they pulled back from this area here. Now, you can see there's a lot of the air power over here. I dislike this river line, that's going to hold me up. Unless I come from this side here. Yep, 50 points, good.